Hi guys, today right off the bat I just want to apologize if you hear a dog barking in the background or some dogs more near the camera, or a plane or whatever, a car going by here at my grandma's house. Today we're gonna do something that we could just call practice your skills. We're just gonna make a fire with pine shavings. So we're just gonna like take off some shavings as thin as we could get them. I'm just gonna use these 3 little sticks. I'm not trying to make a full-on fire. And we're just gonna ignite that with the ferro rod. So we're just gonna shave that down, no tinder, no nothing, and then we'll just light this on fire just to make sure, yeah, it is on fire. You know, you're more than likely gonna see it on fire. So yeah, we're just gonna pretty much do that. It's good to know, like, get a familiarity how to do it, and what it takes to do it. So for this video, it's going to take a little bit to get a decent amount of pile of shavings. So maybe I'll just shave a little bit to cut off the camera, and then we'll come back when we got a little bit more shavings. Sun's going down, so we'll try to speed this along. Alright. And we're just gonna, yeah, I know this ain't the best knife for this. You know what? We'll try the spider go. And it is a little bit windy. I'm right next to my grandma's pool. Yeah. So not the best spot. And she lives up here in the hills, the foothills of the city where we live in. So yeah, get a decent amount of wind up here. And again, I know I'm still not using the best knife for it, but hey. Sometimes you just gotta make do with what you got. And I'm not gonna drive back home to go get a fixed blade. You know, I didn't even think there was going to be another plane coming over, but yep, they came again. Okay, so we'll just cut this off from here, get more shavings going on, then we'll catch back up, and then we'll start throwing sparks. Okay guys, so we're back. As you can see, we got a decent amount of shavings. Okay, and I switched out between the Spyderco Tenacious to make the shavings and the Kershaw Kuro. And this is pretty much stuff that we're left with instead of having to break it down even further. I think this is a decent amount. So without further ado, let's just start trying to get this on fire. Now I did this twice before. One time took an extremely long time. The second time didn't even take that long. No. And you gotta hate when that happens. And that's why it's recommended that you pull your ferro rod back and not send your striker down the ferro rod towards what you're aiming at. Because then you get stuff like this, where you knock it over. And being that the sun has went down a considerable amount, a fair amount, since I turned off the camera, we'll be able to see it on camera when it catches on fire a little bit better. Thought it was gonna catch on fire. And yes, I'm using a Leatherman as my striker. No, as you can see, we almost got a spark like right there.
That's good fire. Shit, they're cracked.
Nope. Almost. Sometimes it jerks forward when
I think you're gonna starve before you get that fire going.
And that was my grandma. And some of you guys may agree with her right about now.
Huh?
But I assure you guys, we will get this thing started.
Get up. Get up. Don't talk to yourself.
No, I think we had a good one, but then the wind screwed that up for us. Yeah.
You guys wanna come in? You wanna come in, baby? Tell yourself there. Don't play around with time. No, stay there at home.
Nope. It just wants to look like it's gonna. So pretty much this just goes to show that you're not going to get a fire on your first strike of the ferro rod, as if all your fire materials are cotton ball. Now this took us a fair amount of time, and this is pretty dry wood. And they weren't extremely like super paper thin as you would want them to be, but whatchamacallit, we still got in. I mean, it's kind of decent to still practice your skills, see, get familiar with how long it would take, and what it feels like to like go at it and try to pretty much get that fire going. Because I mean, if you're doing this for a while, you just start thinking in your head, should I just, it's taking forever already, and I'm getting pretty bored of this, or my hand's getting tired, my striker's annoying my thumb, or something like that. So I mean, it's good practice just to get in the mood and like the mentality of trying to get the fire started, you know, even if you don't got the best materials to create that fire. And yeah, I mean, just trying it with different materials. I mean, you could have a good bird's nest going, and that's good and all. That's excellent. You should have your bird's nest and like whatever you could do to get your fire started the easiest way possible, if that's applicable. But hummingbird's just flying to my right. But yeah, I mean, sometimes you don't have that ability, so I mean, it's kind of decent to be able to just try it. I mean, go out and try this. I mean, if you want. I mean, it gets you just to sort of like, you get to feel for even more how that material responds to your ferro rod or your fire making materials or what have you. And pretty much, yeah, you just get a sort of experience on how that's going to go about. See, because I tried it already, I had to gauge either between this is going to take a really long time or it's going to be really short. This one is, I'd say, was in the middle. I had one where they were extremely thick shavings, thicker than that, and it took me a good decent amount of time, maybe like 10-15 minutes or more. And then I had another one where when I had a nice sharp fixed blade with me, and I had nice thin curls, and it took me just like about a few strikes, like maybe like less than 3 minutes, to get a nice decent little fire going. But yeah, I mean, and I'm not claiming I'm an expert or anything like that. I'm just someone that does this. I just practice it. I'm into prepping. I'm into survival. I do gear reviews. This is, like I said, I'm in the backyard. I'm not in the woods. I don't have the means to always go out to the woods or something like that to do a video. So I mean, I could practice here at home, which is the easiest route to do. You don't always need to go out and set up a campsite just to practice your skills. So alright, thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I would encourage everyone to practice their fire making capabilities with other materials such as this. I mean, if you just have bare shavings, I mean, it's sort of an interesting thing to do. I mean, you learn more what works best, what doesn't, and how your body and hands gotta react to extended time trying to get that fire going with your ferro rod. Because like I said, you're not gonna get that fire on the first strike every single time. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Have a good night, guys.